Hello, everybody! Thanks for coming. We have all sorts of things to be grateful for today. One of them is a clean wedging table. That does not happen on Emily's wedging table very often. Superman's wedging table all the time. So the task of the day is a reversible cake plate. So I'm very excited about that. If it goes, especially if it goes as well as the cake plate did. So I'm weighing up clay for that. Other things I need to do in the studio are, I need to work on fairy houses some more because, there's always fairy houses. But I'm going to start with the throwing. So yeah, that's a great thing to be grateful for. Throwing and having a wheel and having the garage door open and throwing new things. All sorts of stuff. Oh! And I got the parts ordered for the slab table. That is fantastic as well. So I'm going to wedge up this clay. We're going to get on the wheel. And we're going to go from there. So thanks for coming.
You and me, babe. You and me, babe. It's just nothing else like you.
We're ready to go. Okay, so I have this plate here, bigger than I have ever gotten a plate, I think. But, man, it had all sorts of problems in it. It had a bunch of air in it. I lost my sponge somewhere. It had a bunch of air in it, and so that's totally my fault, right? But I finally got it taken care of. Now, we're going for the dip part, and the thing that I need to be careful of at this point is throwing without a sponge. Hold on. I threw it in the slosh bucket. Oh, I can't be helped sometimes. So for one, I need to be careful about getting it to the right depth. But the other thing is it needs to be wide enough, right, for a chip to dip into. Right? Because nobody wants dip hanging out at the bottom. But it also needs to look pretty enough that you want to use it as an actual cake plate. Going too fast. Yeah, that's not real great. Set that back down on there. And get me a rib. Cause I totally lost it there. So I've pretty much lost both. Yeah. I've pretty much lost both the plate and brought it back. And now I just lost the bowl and brought it back. So now it's just a learning curve. You know, what am I going to learn from this besides don't push it too far? I don't know. The difference between today and yesterday. Yesterday it was just like butter. Why are there days like that where everything works out and it's just like butter and oh my gosh, you just could not ask for better circumstances and better throwing, and then all of a sudden you get to the next day and it's like, are you kidding me? Alright, so I'm going to try and lift this rim since that is definitely something I need work on, and see if I can't. Yeah, it's overworked, so it's got all these lumpies in it and stuff. Yeah, okay. Okay, I can still learn something from this catastrophe. I can still learn. What else can I learn? Well, two things. One, can it be wired off? And the answer to that is no, it cannot. And two, really, how bad is the floor? Okay, so 3 pounds of clay still isn't enough to wire off a plate the size that I want it to be in order to get a cake plate. It's probably perfect to wire off a plate if it's not this big. I am happy with that center section though. That looks good. Alright, I got another try over here. We'll try this again. If at first you don't succeed, try again! Or throw your pottery on the floor. I like it. It is way overworked. Bad overworked. And because of that, I'm not gonna wire it off. I pulled off probably a half a pound, pound and a half. One of those. As I was throwing it. So it may not be so much that I'm not getting enough clay as much as I cannot manage that much clay without an extreme amount of water, an extreme amount of, I don't know, muscling the clay. I don't know, overworking it. Bottom line, overworking it. I'm gonna undulate this room a little bit if I can. But I thought this was a nice shape because upside down, it will give it a good solid base, but it'll still have this nice neck here. Hopefully. It's very hard to think of something the way it looks right side up and upside down at the same time. You know, I can look at a cake plate and think, oh, this is going to look like a cake plate and it's upside down. So what do I want the bottom of it to look like? But to think, oh, this is going to be a salsa dish. It needs to be big enough to dip into. And what's that going to look upside down? But the rim needs to be big enough to hold chips. And what's that going to look like upside down? And yeah. Speaking of, I think I'm going to flare this out a little bit. That's probably as much as I can do, but I've got a mess on the inside of the plate. You can see it kind of over there. Just like I have a mess on most all of my plates, and that's what keeps them from being plates and puts them in the slosh bucket. But I do think I'm getting closer to, you know, figuring out what size, what amount of clay I want to throw. I mean, obviously these cake plates have to be bigger than our regular dinner plate. But what amount of clay I want to throw, I think 3 pounds is fantastic for a dinner plate. I don't think I would need any more than that because this is 12 inches wide, which would shrink to a 10-inch dinner plate, which is about what we have now from store-bought stuff. So I like that. But for cake plates, we're gonna have to beef up. Oh, so the other thing was, as I pulled this one out, I kept a peak in the center. And I know that sounds weird, but I felt like it kept the clay on center more and kept clay out from underneath the plate more. And, you know, everybody has their own way of doing things. That's not something that nobody's ever told me to do that. But, I just used up the last of the clay, guys. That is the last of it before I have to reclaim. So, time to reclaim and work on some fairy houses. No love lost there. She likes her fairy houses. Stop messing with things. Just stop. Anyway.